Hello, this is Mrs. Huskins with Dolly. Sit, Dolly, be a good girl. Oh, that's a good girl. Oh, she's so good. And it is March 19th, and I just wanted to say hello and check in with everybody, and so does Dolly. Dolly, say hello. Can you say hello, Dolly? There she is. Okay, well, I know that Dolly left you all a message yesterday, and I was so glad that she did. And I want to go back and just have our little check-in. And I was thinking about another way that we could also just do our check-in 1, 2, 3. So when I was thinking about our body, mind, and spirit. So number 1, our body. Let's get in the habit of washing your hands. Every time you walk out the door, if you're still going, hopefully you're getting outside and getting some fresh air. But when you come back in the house, just stop and wash your hands. So write that down just to remind yourself. For your mind, I'm talking about your schoolwork and growing your mind and letting that brain still be your sponge. Listing assignments completed in your agenda. Shout out to Tate Peters, who's doing this. His mom told me that he's just making a list inside his agenda so he can organize what he has completed. So you might want to make a list of things that you need to do and then check them off. Or if you want to make a list of the things completed, that way you have an idea of where you are and what you need to do. And for your spirit, setting 3 goals. And I was really thinking about this one because I was thinking about what are 3 things that I could do that is going to improve things in my mind, improve things in my household, improve things for others. And number 1 is just being positive. We could watch the news and complain and feel bad, but let's just keep positive. Think of all the positive things that are about this. And be mindful. Think about others. We've learned that this virus, doesn't hit children or young adults as hard. However, we need to be careful about who we come in contact with, and just be mindful of that. That it's really thinking about how this could be something that a grandparent or a great aunt or uncle, it could be really hurtful to them. But if you're mindful and respectful of everybody in the community, your little bit really counts. And the last thing that I think I'm going to start doing is I think I'm going to journal. This is historic. You're going to be telling your kids, oh my gosh, when I was in 5th grade, I got out of school for a long time. And Mrs. Huskins, my social studies teacher, just kept telling me I needed to journal, and I am so glad I did, because you're going to look back on this even in 2, 3 years, and it's going to be just a really fun piece of writing to have. And also write down what you're feeling. If you're aggravated with a sibling or with your parents or your family, write it down and get it out. And it can really help you feel better about things. What do you think, Dolly? She is just thrilled with the idea. And I also have another idea. I read last night about the assisted living places that are shut-ins. They're not even allowed to go out, and think about all the people that are in nursing homes or assisted living. So I had the idea of possibly being their pen pal. Yay! Dolly is thrilled. And even if you don't know somebody in there, you can write them a letter. I know Cadence mom sent a message about her grandmother or great-grandmother's in there, so I'm going to send that along. And Preston's mom knows of a place that is accepting letters at their doorstep that they're going to share, which is exciting. So you can possibly have a pen pal. Maybe they'll write you back if you include your address. Make sure you talk to your parents about it. But here's some suggestions. If you don't know a person You can still write them a letter by saying, "Dear friend." Another way to address a stranger, somebody that you don't know, would be "Dear sir" or "Madam." It's showing that you're respecting them. They're an adult, and you could start out with, "I hope this letter finds you well." The main thing is to be positive. Be encouraging. Don't say anything about them being stuck in there and possibly getting sick. That's negativity. We want positive thoughts. Share a joke with them. I love it when my students tell me jokes. They're so refreshing and fun to hear. And share your schedule with them. They want to know what you're doing. Most importantly, write neatly and large enough to read. You all know that I cannot see a thing without my reading glasses. When people get old, it's just something that happens, and it's hard for us to read. No, it's not hard for us to read. It's hard for us to read small scribble scrabble. So sometimes I get scribble scrabble for my students and I can't read it. So please be neat. Please be neat. And one other thing I'm going to try to start doing possibly is having some book clubs. Esperanza Rising is one of my favorite books. So I may start reading that out loud to those of you interested, and I'll try to scan the pages so you can read along with me. And is Jamie Grimm really the funniest kid on the planet? Totally funniest, a middle school story, which really looks fun. I got this off Nelson's bookshelf, and I've already scanned the first 2 chapters, and I will try to start reading that along with those of you that are interested. So you can choose what book or both that you want to tune in and listen to. Maybe Dolly will read it to you sometimes. But just want to check in, and I will send you information on where to get those letters. I hope you consider being a pen pal. And I hope you consider being part of my book club. And Dolly and I will see you all tomorrow. Say goodbye, Dolly. Dolly. This is her life.